Oh my gourd. Guess who still is not feeling 100%, 100%? Well, the answer, of course, is me. Because I'm the one making the video. I'm the one talking. My head started to hurt. It's raining outside. I actually like this rain. It's a nice rain. It's a nice little pitter-patter of the little raindrops. You know, some people ask me, if at least someone in the chat, the thing was like, what the fuck are you, why are you so bitchy? And the answer is, I'm not. The problem is that I'm so low level to this. Like, when you're playing the game, it's harder to notice this, because you don't get to see all the alternate paths, you don't get to see where the choices and the branches lie. But when you do, and you have to really think about the text, you're at such a strange, low level. It's like a computer. It's like trying to read machine code of a compiled program. It's like, what the hell is even going on here anymore? And from that perspective, you can really give some solid criticism on like what works and what doesn't. But at the same time, it makes you sound like a big old grouch, because you're looking at that stuff and you're trying to give criticism. Now, not all this is for the creator. Part of it is a warning to myself of like, if I'm ever going to do this, here's what I should learn from this. This is the good stuff, and this is the bad stuff, you know? Like, that's how you grow as a creative, or just as in general. You learn not by just doing things over and over, you learn by also remembering what went wrong and how can I improve upon that. And yeah, part of it is, like, usually is skill and know-how, but part of it is just practice. Practice and self-reflection and analysis. So the thing that gets me about the bandage is why was this considered relevant? Like, it's probably Reza's bandage. Why is this a huge clue? What kind of Sherlock shit are you gonna pull with that one? Oh, no, wait, goddammit. This... Man, that first wound's gotta be infected, unless you manage to find some good water. But then again, I don't know if dragons... Like, again, the quarantine and compatibility issue is kind of overlooked when you're looking at the fact that this is a bite. This is not contact, this is straight up, like, bites. Like, I'm pretty sure STDs are gonna come up at that point. Oh no, it's dragon herpes. Ugh. I mean, I don't think his wound will be bleeding for that long, all things considered. I don't get this last part, like, what the... I understand why this is. It is to basically inform the player that Lorm, at this point of the story, has died. Anna dies in spectacular fashion. Bryce dies in spectacular fashion. Once you know what's going on, and you infer the right information, you know Adine has died in spectacular fashion. Remy dies in spectacular fashion. Lorm dies off-screen, in a fashion that kind of requires some secondary character to point out that Lorm has died and how he died, because unless you do his date with him, there's really no major clues. Like, at least Adine's third date kind of hints at it, and you can be like, go to that third date and then do someone else. But with Lorm, you kind of solve his murder in the same situation where you discover what it is. You know, it's like the whole surprise. You're like, okay, I guess that's it then. It's kind of weird that the good ending is required, because again, their their deaths are unrelated to the good endings in most systems. With Bryce, it's just, I gotta have an intuition. With Lorm, it's, I just gotta have an intuition. With the Dean, it's like, I just have some common sense. And that's not necessarily what you give these characters. Like with Anna, it's like, I don't need to work as like, the good ending doesn't necessarily facilitate that more. So them not dying, it just... Like, I know it needs to be the same thing. It's like, okay, you beat the game, they're no longer gonna die, so don't worry about that. You know, it's like, okay, you did well, good job, pat in the back. Just feels kind of weird in context. I keep forgetting which one it is. I just love that this is a rule that's not sticking in my head despite it having come up multiple times. See, it's an apostrophe. It's apostrophe. Apostrophe, remember that. Yeah, a lot of these are like tiny things, like go to Ipsum to ask a question. Go deliver the eggs. Go and bring the bandage to someone. Go and bring a like, none of these are major events. All of these are like, just go to a place and do some basic reconnaissance. Or deliver this thing. Like, what the fuck are these endgame fetch quests? You are a level 20 hero who can make mountains appear. Here's a letter. My wife lives down the street. Go deliver it. It's like, what the hell? Like, I know the point is that you're taking some small slack off while they're waiting for better reinforcements, but come on, Sebastian. At least don't play it up like I'm doing important shit. Wait a minute. ZSM. Oh god, I always got it wrong. So ASAP is ZSM. Zo spoedig mogelijk. Zo snel mogelijk. I thought it was spoedig, but it's snel. It's as fast as possible instead of as soon as possible. Oh. I think they're both actually the same word in that regard. And like I made Sebastian that was like, don't worry about it. You know, it's just kind of like, don't worry about it. And he's throwing in a load of laxness, like he's playing you. He's like, come on, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Pats in the back. Pats in the back, people! Pats in the back for the whole department! There you go. There's some good pats. I don't think there's anything major happening in this that I can turn into a pictogram. Except a close-up of Sebastian's face being all like, no, not the video games. I forget. Every time I go to Chapter 5, I'm like, oh yeah, this is where all those pictures are stored. Because that's all Chapter 5 is. Which for some reason features two versions of this picture. They're very different in size. They're also, this one's like twice as big. Wait! Did this... Did fucking Jumbo McGee hold on to the... I think he did. Also, that's not good blood at all. So, let me give you a tip. That's not what blood looks like at all. This is way too clay. I'm not gonna say I can do better. This is what... It's not shiny enough. Blood is two things. Blood is a dark, very strong color. And two, it's pretty shiny. Like, this should be very dark, not this... As someone who has a lot of nosebleeds, who gets to look at blood on his finger a lot, blood is not this clean. This, I mean, sure, it's splattery. Wouldn't be on the horn, though. I don't think the angles would work out that way. But, or the wings. They got horns on them. They should be bloody. But, yeah, like, this is good blood. This little shiny stuff. Like, it's gooey. It's fucking like that. Like, that nice big fat drop. That's a nice big blood drop. But they got all this stuff, and it looks like paint. Not even paint. It just looks like someone spilled some fucking... What would that look like? It looks like jelly. Looks like someone just spilled some matte paint on the ground. I do appreciate that there's a very clear distinction between this guy getting his ass bitten down and this woman just getting a cut. That ledge, now this is a big problem. I think the way this is supposed to be, and it's not clear, in as clear as it should be, this is the top of the table. I always thought this was like the table itself, but no, this is just the side of it. Damn, I only just noticed that. Also, it is storming outside. Great. I love... I know those noises. Oh, great! For some reason... How about you stop doing that? I don't want you to leave frame. You're important. Oh, he even mentions it. He sounded at first like he was trying to sell it up. I like this a lot. I know these are very simple chores, but you can understand how serious the situation is. We don't even have enough people for that. Like, it's similar in tone, but it's sort of differently set up. Like, I know these aren't major jobs. Come on, you can understand the situation's kind of shit, if that's what we have to ask you for. I think I'm gonna stop here. My head just hurt. No, I can do this. Why is this, like, again, that Sebastian here is so weird. Yeah, like, this really feels like you should be dating him, because Sebastian has so much going on in this. Ugh. The weird thing about firework in me is I don't like lighting fireworks at all. It freaks me out. But the thing about fireworks, and I don't know how to say this, I don't get it. Like, I look at fireworks, I'm like, that looks nice. Also, that bolt of lighting was so goddamn in my eye. Ow. I want to label this, and I want to call this video Hitting the Eye with Lightning. Fuck it. I'll just call it that. That's the major event that happens, because everything else is just like, this is the chores you can do. You want to do some chores? Goddamn video games. It's a bit more specific about it being that evening, because I don't know how to. It's another one of English things I don't think I can translate too quickly off the cuff. Off the cuff. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, so it's like, no, you're on your post. You just pick a post, just a little bit of better view. Just you know, you can make your own post. You know, doesn't have to be that post. Why? The portal is broken, and I understand the portal is unbroken at this point, and I'm pretty sure Reza figured that out. But just, I mean, that's a fair point. Like, if everyone is watching fireworks together, Reza can do something in peace and quiet, and it's probably not going to be near the portal, which is, like, the most unlikely target for him to pick. Which is ironic, since it's the only target he picks over every timeline! Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I just love doing that! And just making noises! I love making noises! That's why I like saying certain people's names, because I can say them with a certain inflection. I need to hold myself back! Because I want to say it so much. Ah! I like this one. Just pick a good spot. Nobody will notice the difference, even if they are looking for you. Because it's kind of weird that Sebastian's like, someone will notice. How would anyone notice? If the portal's not a good place to watch, no one's going to be there. Now, I don't know if I want to pick, like, Sweetdroop Sebastian. Because I like Sebastian. Let me be fucking clear about this. I really like Sebastian. He's a cutie. He's a cutie patootie. I think he steals thunder a bit much, and he's kind of a weirdo at times. But he's cute. He's got this... Like... For someone who's implied to be like this novice, he has a very weird streak to him when he wins. Also, that eyeball. I tried to do an eyeball like this today. It's not easy. I am trying to do ink art. I don't do ink as much, I just do doodles, but I'm like, you know what, it's almost Inktober. It's getting the spirit of the season. He's so cute without his hat. Actually, it's kind of weird without his hat. With the hat he's on, he's got this certain aura to him. Without his hat, he just looks... Aw. It's very limited emotional range, though. Just disapproval. You're so frowny. He's like, sweetdroop. Look at my sweetdroop. It's canon. Dragons have sweetdroops. It's what I call giant anime sweatdrops. They're sweetdroops. They're huge. They're obnoxious. They don't use the proper vowels. They don't even use the proper vowels, boy. I mean, what kind of tradition is it to watch fireworks during the summer? We do it all here during the winter. I was like, oh man, I'm outside, but I can look at fireworks. Didn't he already mention that he would leave this stuff here? Yeah, I'll just reference that. Like I said. It's kind of weird. Like, I really feel like a lot of these short things and ICs could have been like their own little message box, which like you can give a certain answer. So at least you feel like you are confirming things. That would be obnoxious, because it does happen a lot. But that's a big problem with the writing. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. I wonder what Sebastian's even doing. Like, what part of the investigation he's handling at this point? You too, Sebastian. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about this. So... Funny little thing. So... Oh, cool. This tells you whatever or not is available. Why not just... Why not just do that here? Why not start it off false? Like, here's a pro tip. Here's a pro tip from your boy, Pro Sapphire Syndicate. If you have a variable and you want to change it, don't do this. This is not how you do booleans. Let me take the boolean stick and smack you across the face with it. What you do is you get rid of this part. Nothing changes. If it initializes as false, nothing changes. It makes the code more understandable. It's like, why would you do else? If it's else, just start it off false and never bother with it. Else is the default. It's a catch-all term. If you do anything in else that doesn't need to be there, that you could just put outside of an else statement and it would work the same, congratulations! Your else statement does jack diddly squat! I know that's a harsh criticism to give, but at the same time, if you think about that, you'll have a better understanding of what the fuck you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. And let me tell you, it's half the step to making programming work. It's knowing what you're trying to do. Like, a large part of programming something right is just knowing what you're trying to program in the first place. Fun fact, that's super hard. Knowing like, in human terms, it's easy, but in robot terms, you have to really think about what are the variables I'm manipulating, how do I manipulate this? But yeah, I think with the band, it's just like, if Anna's dead, you meet up with Damien, he's like a fucking asshole or something, I don't know. Oh, wow. Like, the fact that he's like this, I guess the only reason is you're not investigating, you're just showing up and giving him some shit. He's like, okay, fine. Why is this here? This is weird. Oh yeah, if you haven't... It's interesting that if you haven't met Damien, there's like several moments that could possibly play that. And then there's Lorem. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. Again, because it... Why is it queuing up sounds? But yeah, just the... This is such a Damien moment, and it doesn't fit, like, I think Ipsum does come across an asshole, but not this kind of asshole. He doesn't come across the kind of person that would deliberately interfere with a police investigation over petty quarrels. Damien, sure, but he's mostly doing it because he doesn't like you. Especially since he's his roommate. He's like, oh, my roommate's gone, and you're not helping me. I'm like, Jesus, my fucking God, man. I know it's emotional, but for fuck's sake, there's like a serial killer on the loose, and you call about this. You call about this, Ipsum. Don't be surprised if someone shows up. And the worst part is you're not even told. Like Sebastian doesn't even say, like, by the way, this is also... Like, no, I'm not gonna mention that. What a shitso. What a real old, ripe old shitsu. I'm gonna end this video with a thing said by that boy in that kissy game, where he says, oitsu. I don't know what it means, but it sounds fun.